want to learn how to make a delicious pasta alla vodka using minimal ingredients, a little bit of cream, a little bit of tomato sauce, a little bit of vodka. Join me as we tour Muster Point in Bobcaygeon, Ontario, and meet Danielle and Kyle Wolski and learn how to make this. Welcome to our series Farm to Fork. I'm Chef Connie Powers and you're watching Rogers TV. Today I am taking you to King Street in Bobcaygeon where we are going to meet Danielle and Kyle Wolski of Muster Point Eatery. Now this eatery serves fresh pasta, fresh sauces, charcuterie, sandwiches, focaccia, and now they've got a new dessert focaccia. I love this. You can run in, you can get ready-made food, you can sit out on their patio and have some delicious pasta. You can take home a kit and you can make it at home. They've got you covered. Today we're going to be making a pasta alla vodka. They don't create that there because of the alcohol that's involved in this dish, but it goes great with homemade pasta. So let's get started. What I've got right now is some salted water and we're going to get our pasta cooking. I'm using a pasta called bucatini and it is a rounded tube almost pasta, and I like this when it is going to be a more liquid sauce, not such a thick one. So when our pasta water gets going, I'll put this in. I've got about a pound there. It'll serve about 6 people. So we're going to start our burner and we're going to put a little bit of olive oil and some garlic butter. If you don't have garlic butter, you probably noticed I like to use garlic butter in my dishes. Just chop up a couple cloves of garlic. So we're going to put in a couple tablespoons of olive oil. This is a dish that can be made really quick. You come home, you feel like something yummy. This is all pantry things. A little bit of vodka. You can eliminate it if you want. Then it's just a tomato sauce. All right, so I've got a couple dollops of the garlic butter. This is escape butter, similar. And we're just going to get that to start melting. These little dollops are a compound butter. So I put scapes, you could put garlic and butter, and then I freeze them like this, and they're ready to use anytime you need this exact application. Okay, so we've got it melted, and then we're going to put in 1 onion cut quite fine. If you notice, I've got a little bit of red onion in there. That's just from something I made earlier and I didn't want to waste it. So the garlic, the butter, the olive oil, and then we're going to get the onions just to get a little translucent. Muster Point is open from, I think they close in the month of March. And the cool thing about what Kyle and Danielle do is then they travel, they research new foods, they bring back delicious cheeses, meats for their charcuterie boards, and they just learn new techniques wherever they go. All right, the onions are starting to look pretty good. I am going to add in, you could just splash this in. I want to show you how much it takes. You can put up to 3/4 to a cup of vodka. Remember, whenever you are cooking with any kind of alcohol, you're going to burn off the alcoholic content and you're going to just have the flavor behind. But that's a lot of vodka. So I'm going to stick with, I'm going to get a short 3/4 cups. I hear my water starting to boil. All right, onions, garlic, butter, olive oil is in there. We are going to place the vodka in. Now, why didn't I add the vodka after the tomato sauce? Because I'm creating a blush sauce. Why didn't I do that? Because I want to give the alcohol a chance to burn off. Okay, right now I'm going to add in a little bit of chili flakes. Gives it a little bit of heat. And we're going to add in some salt and pepper. So that's some fresh ground kosher salt. All right, the next thing I'm going to add in is 1 cup of cream. Also, if you let the alcohol burn off, your cream isn't going to curdle when you get it in there, so always allow that ample time. So if you're coming to Bobcaygeon or you live in Bobcaygeon, you're wondering where to find Muster Point, they are right next to the parking lot of the LCBO, and it's in a building called the old schoolhouse. It's around the back, beautiful patio, very welcoming music, great food. You can eat there, you can take it away. Great place to hang out. Okay, I'm going to let this simmer a little bit before I add the tomato sauce. That's what gives us the blush sauce. My water's boiling. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. And we're back. I'm Chef Connie Powers, and you're watching Rogers TV Farm to Fork. Today we are making pasta alla vodka, and we're taking you to an eatery in Bobcaygeon called Muster Point. They serve fresh pastas. Kyle makes pasta all day, and he makes fresh sauces. Danielle makes delicious focaccias. I think they have salads too, and charcuterie boards. It's a wonderful place to visit. So we're making a pasta alla vodka to just show us what it's like to have some fresh pasta. I've got my pasta boiling. That's in some salted water. We started off with our sauce, and we're going to continue with that. I used a little bit of olive oil, some garlic butter so that I didn't have to chop the garlic. I've got a whole onion that we sauteed, some red pepper flakes, a little salt and pepper, and now we're going to add in about 3 cups of tomato puree, tomato sauce to make the blush. So we'll get our heat back on. Get this simmering again. We simmered it long enough that I forgot, the 1 cup of vodka. Forgot about that. 1 cup of cream. The vodka now has simmered long enough that the alcohol content is gone, and now we've just got the nice flavor of the vodka. So we're going to get that. Now it looks like it's thin. We're going to add the tomato sauce. That's going to give us our thick blush sauce. When we add the pasta, we're going to save some of that pasta water to help emulsify the whole sauce. And then the pasta is going to help thicken it up. You can use any type of fresh pasta that you wanted to, or dried pasta. I used a bucatini today, which is like a little bit of a straw. All right, it's starting to thicken a little bit. It's time to add the tomato puree. It's about 3 cups of tomato puree. You can make your own. You can just open a can if you want. All right, we're going to get that nice and blended. Sure, it has a nice thickness now. The pasta is going to help us out with that. We're going to let this simmer for just a little bit. We're going to keep watching the pasta. It's still a little bit al dente. It's a heavy pasta, so it takes longer. It's not the fresh pasta. We're going to take you on the visit we had with Danielle and Kyle. Enjoy this. Welcome to Farm to Fork. I'm Chef Connie Powers. Today we're in Muster Point business. It is at 49 King Street in Bobcaygeon. And we're going to meet the co-owners and co-operators. This is Danielle Malcolm. Her partner, Kyle Wolski, is just off making some pasta. We'll meet him in a little bit. Danielle, thanks for having us here today.
Thanks for coming.
We are watching her because this is a busy little business, and we came here before opening, but they're still busy making focaccia. They're getting ready for their crowd. So she is about to start making some
Focaccia.
Focaccia, okay.
Yeah. We start with some yeast, honey, and warm water, and I'm just going to add some flour here.
Okay, so while you're mixing this, you've done this a lot. I know you know what you're doing. We're going to ask you about how did you get to this point? You've got, you're two young people, and you've got a brick and mortar business in a tourist town. How did you get here?
So we kind of started in the hospitality industry for many years now, maybe 10 or so years. And kind of this has always been our dream to open our own place. So at the beginning of 2020, we decided to start a cheese and charcuterie business.
Right in the middle of COVID.
Exactly. And it was kind of a delivery business. So we...
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so we just provided stuff for people who couldn't leave their houses, and we used all Ontario products. And then each year it's kind of grown. Yeah, so we've, like the first year we added catering. The next year we were doing weddings. The next year we had our trailer, and this year we've got our brick and mortar.
And so to learn how to do this kind of business, you must have worked, like you said, you've worked in hospitality. So where did that start for you?
So I went to college at Niagara for tourism and hospitality.
Oh, that would be a really good start.
Yeah, so we started there, and that kind of opened my eyes to all the different avenues you can take in hospitality. And we both have a love for cooking, so we just decided to kind of take things into our own hands and
you've had some good mentors along the way, some good cooks that you've emulated.
Of course, yeah.
You were telling me about a place that you worked at in the West Coast.
Yes.
Where there was, was it a chef?
So when we lived in Australia for a year, we worked at a resort, super remote resort, and the chefs there were amazing. They were really inspiring, and
they were willing to share?
Well, kind of.
That's not always.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that, but right now you are doing the mix, and then
yes,
you're going to let this proof?
Yes, we're going to let this proof, and then you give it a few different folds, and then you do your dimpling, which is the most satisfying part.
That's the most satisfying it is. So on your menu right now, it is a takeout business, but you do have a patio that you are hoping to grow so people can come and buy takeout food and enjoy it out there. The thing is, your whole entire menu is Italian food based.
Basically, yes.
So tell us about that research, because I saw it on social media. It looked really, really interesting.
So yeah, we kind of started out doing our sandwiches, but we wanted to perfect the craft. So last October we went to Italy, and we went to specific regions in Italy where focaccia is known for, and certain pastas are known for. So we were in Genoa, and that's basically where focaccia was invented. And then we did a cooking class in Tuscany, and they kind of taught us a different method for making focaccia. So we've adopted that, as well as learned how to do fresh pasta straight from the source.
And so you reluctantly had to try all of this food.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. We are here with Kyle Wolski, and he is the other half of this duo. We're over at the pasta rolling station, and he's going to tell us what he's doing. So we were talking about my pasta is always chewy, and I know I use the right proportion. What am I doing wrong?
Well, so I'm not exactly sure what you're doing wrong, but I can tell you what I do. I use for one egg, I use 75 grams of the Tipo 00 and 25 grams of semolina. And then just a tiny little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt.
Okay, I think I'm doing too much double zero. Mm-hmm. So what kind of pasta do you really use a lot here? Is it fettuccine?
The hot seller this last week has been fettuccine. We do spaghetti noodles as well. And we also have done quite a bit of like garganelli noodles as well.
Oh, okay.
That's a little bit more time consuming.
And is this, you sell it cooked or is it raw they take home?
Yes, we sell it raw and we sell it as a pasta kit, which comes with house-made marinara sauce, Parmesan cheese, some fresh basil, and a piece of our focaccia bread. And so people can just go home, throw the pasta in the water for 2 minutes, combine everything, and dinner's ready.
Dinner's ready. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. They could make a little salad and they've got it.
They can make a little salad and happy days.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to show us what you do?
So, first off, I got to roll this out a little bit. Just got to get it fit enough so it rolls through the first setting on the pasta machine.
So I start mine off the highest setting.
Yeah, that's what I've got here too. So we get that going through.
So when you were doing your research in Italy, did you come across any unique pastas that you may use here, or did you perfect your skills?
They do a lot of different pastas using different flours, some without eggs as well, like orecchiette and peachy. So it's just endless over there, the pasta world. But we're just starting off with the basic 2-egg noodles and the simple pasta shapes.
Yeah, it's delicious that way too.
So when you roll it out, I don't know if you do this, but you got to fold it in on itself a little bit, and that texturizes the pasta.
Okay.
It gives it a little bit more structure. So I do this a couple of times. Or even just once if it's looking nice.
Are you, is your goal maybe to sell it dried in packages? Like you were talking about maybe selling some ready-made, delicious things that people can take home, jarred oils.
Absolutely. So, yeah, there's also the potential to freeze the fresh pasta. And it
already cut.
Already cut. And
That's a good idea.
We're actually in a place yesterday in Vaughan that it's just fresh pasta. And so they had a big freezer section of all different types of pastas too.
All frozen.
And dry pasta as well. So these are all things that we'll maybe get to eventually.
As the business grows, sure, you can have a freezer there.
And as my muscles grow from kneading out all the pasta and rolling it.
The hand rolling is delicious, and it is a really nice, authentic way to make it. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but it's fun. And I just think of being an old nonna in Tuscany and doing this all day, every day.
Old Nona's doing it. So your hours are great, and one thing I made comment to Danielle on the social media is that you're staying open for the dinner hour, and that's an unusual thing in some of these small towns. So staying open through to 8 o'clock every night, it's really beneficial to our community.
Absolutely. So
you open at 11.
We're thinking of opening at 11 and closing it at around 7.
Okay.
So kind of following the LCBO hours across the street there a little bit, because that's probably the busiest place in town and should be a good way to get customers in. And we're just trying to cater to people's lunch and dinner. And
so the bulk of your menu is these delicious fresh sandwiches made with your fresh bread.
Absolutely.
And the pasta kits.
Yep.
And charcuterie boards.
And charcuterie boards and boxes, and we do a lot of barista coffee too.
And you were talking about tiramisu coming, maybe
some tiramisu. We made some last night.
And some biscottis at some point, maybe.
Yes.
So these things are all building blocks and stepping stones for you to keep building on and seeing what the market needs.
Exactly, and You know, we're a ground up organic business, starting small and hopefully growing and learning as we go.
Well, thanks for having us here. There's a lot of good food. I hope you come and enjoy their food. We're going to leave Kyle over there cutting and hanging the pasta. We're back with Danielle, and she has a fresh focaccia that she is going to be cutting, and this is for sandwiches, correct?
Yes, it is.
So I put this timeline together, and it looks as though between working together in the industry and starting your own business together, you've been working together for about 10 years.
Yes, we have.
Do you ever get tired of being so close one-on-one with your working partner and your life partner?
Well, from time to time we have the odd disagreements about the way things should be going, but for the most part, it's magical.
That's great. And if you two are magical, and Kyle's laughing at magic, everybody's got their definition of magic. So, yeah, and if you've got the right goals together, I guess it all works out that way.
Exactly, yeah.
So you cut this.
Yes. So our sandwiches would come in about this size here.
Okay. These smell delicious, and they really sell, don't they?
Yes, they do. We load them up, so it's a nice hearty lunch or a dinner for people. Yeah, we use all local ingredients, and it's all as fresh as we can possibly get it. So
and tell us about the charcuterie part of your business.
Yeah, so basically we started out at the end of 2020, as I mentioned before, and kind of the big thing at that time was eating local. So everything that we sourced, all of our cheeses, all of our meats, our breads were as local as we could get it. So everything is from Ontario, all of our
Great.
cheese selection. We sampled everything before, which was awesome. And yeah, just picked the best Ontario cheeses and meats that we could find.
They can order, they
Yes,
can
they
shop
can.
on your website, and they can find you here on King Street in Bobcaygeon. Great hours that you have, as I was talking to Kyle about that. And where did that name come from? I didn't talk
The
about
old-fashioned trailer?
No, the Muster Point.
Muster Point. So basically, we're thinking that a Muster Point is kind of a meeting place, right? So we're like, when the boxes
Okay.
came out, we're like, you come to meet at the box. That is the Muster Point. Or if we do
Okay.
a catered charcuterie board, that's where you meet.
That's where you meet. I like it. And this kitchen seems to be a really warm, inviting place. It's a place to meet.
Yeah.
That was a great visit with the two of them. If you noticed, it's a small kitchen, and they work so well together. And it smells great in that kitchen. You have to go. So let's continue on with our pasta alla vodka. I've got the sauce simmering. So in here is the vodka, the cream, the sautéed onion, of course, and the tomato paste. We're going to add in now about 8 ounces, 1 full cup of shredded cheese. It can be Asiago, it could be Parmesan. I'm using Parmesan cheese. Now I've used bucatini. It's a chewy like spaghetti. It's also called perchiatelli, but we're going to use it even though it's a little bit chewy. But it's known for, it's a straw-like, and it's known to be good when there's sauces that can be adhered inside. So I drained it. I did save some of my pasta water. We're going to add the pasta. We're going to stir the sauce around. You could use fettuccine, which I kind of think would be delicious too. All right, I'm going to add in a little bit of the pasta water. No need to add any more salt. We added some, plus the salted pasta water is in there. Okay, this is a dish that should be served immediately, so we're going to plate this. Okay, we're going to plate this. Really be careful with this dish, especially using this pot. We're going to put a little bit of parsley on it for color. And there you have it, pasta alla vodka. Thanks for joining us today. This is simple to make. You saw the minimal ingredients it used. Make it today. Until next time, keep cooking.